널 기다렸어.
Group that you would actually, get that nervous in this one best of one you have to play when there's so many more games to be played.
Maybe they just felt the pressure from playing such a strong opponent, and it was a close game, so especially for someone like SOS who got behind early and was trying to fight back, and then he got the DTs in the base, and that really messed with Classic's mind, because Classic, in his mind, he probably thought it was a done deal, and then DTs all of a sudden, and he had to deal with that, so kind of got a bit flustered.
All right, looks like it's time for the opening match of Trust. He beat Bravo, MC, and Polar Bear to get here, losing 0-2 to Gumiho. There's actually a lot of crossover between these qualifier games and who's in this group. And yeah, I don't know who Polar Bear is, don't ask me. Probably like Tang Tang's brother or something.
Boom Boom's little brother, he's 12 years old.
Hey, we need new talent. I love seeing names like Apocalypse, Tang Tang.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Even the new player Eagle, the CJ B-teamer. Well, with 1-1, Gumiho wants to take this to the next level. I'd say he's massively favored going into this TVP, but Trust, a player we haven't seen in a while.
And keep in mind, Trust is on KT. I know Nick and Dan were saying this a lot yesterday with, who's practicing with which players, but this guy is practicing with the best Protoss in the world, Zess. So some of that has to rub off on him. Let's see if it's going to work out here for him in game number 5 up against Gumiho. Here we are on Dust Towers once again. And up in the top right in the red, it is our Protoss player from KT Rolster. It is Trust.
And down near the bottom left, in blue, the Terran player, it is Gumiho. The Nine-Tailed Fox, the Towel Terran.
So, who wore him better, Wolf or Trust, in terms of glasses?
Obviously me.
You sure about that? I mean, he's looking pretty good.
He does look good, but just because somebody looks good doesn't mean that they look as good as me in these glasses.
I don't know. Maybe you should take a closer look. Maybe we're going to have to compare a little bit later on. You can take a picture between you two. You have very similar glasses, Wolf.
Yeah. Well, I only wear glasses for the Star League Challenge.
That's true. And Trust wears them all the time, so they kind of look old. They look newer on you.
I might have to wear them for the Heroes Summer Champs I'm going to this weekend. I'm not sure yet. Because I do cast the region that's going to win that tournament with Artosis.
Of course.
But, I don't know if I need to look smart for that because, I think everybody knows Korea will win that tournament.
Dude, Korea just dominates everything. I'm casting Vainglory, which, if you thought StarCraft was a dead game, Vainglory's newer, right? We just had our all-Korea finals in Korea, right? It's an international tournament here. 2 Korean teams in the finals. Is that a coincidence? I think not.
I think not.
And they're both from the same guild. Funnily enough, now there's 2 MVP teams for Heroes.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting the way things are working.
Well,
keep in mind, guys, we got BlizzCon coming up later this year. It's going to be 8 Koreans versus 8 foreigners. I don't think it will be any surprise if we have a Korean victor there.
I don't know if it's been announced how that's going to be seeded, but if it's if all the Koreans are left with 1 foreigner, that would be the funniest thing I've ever seen. Well, the Koreans are freaking out a little bit, but everything is fine.
I'm looking down and Chaster's begging to Kanata about something. He's left Rain all alone on his side of the desk.
Rain's well,
I don't know what those youngs are talking about, but whatever.
Rain's it's just going to be an Oracle opening with the Reaper Scouts. Everybody chill.
He's already seeing the future. He's no, Trust is just a really smart player.
There's Stork again.
Oh, this is a duplicate card. We already saw Stork.
Sometimes you just don't get the rare that you don't have. After we see Stork 5 more times, maybe we can disenchant him.
Yeah, we get some dust, maybe craft a Oof or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. But right now with Jin Air winning the round 2 Pro League Finals, I think that the Jin Air coach is much more valuable.
Yeah, that's true.
We probably craft him first.
Usually disenchanting cards, you don't get that much dust to make a really strong card, so we'll probably only have enough to make a Gerard, to be honest.
Yeah. The thing is, right now the Stork shot's definitely a common. Okay, we've seen it multiple times. Not a rare. Okay,
That's
the guy
for
we
sure.
saw earlier who might be frozen. Now he's a golden rare. We still don't even know who he is. Okay.
It's a new card, man. PogChamp, new card.
All right, let's see this Oracle opening. Let's see how it works versus the Widowmine opening of Gumiho. We've already seen something similar to this today.
Trust already saw a TVP from Gumiho, so maybe knowing the style, perhaps, and wants to exploit it here. Although, not going to be too good if the Widowmines are in good position. Let's see how this Oracle goes. Oh my god, get that camera on it. Okay, there we go.
Well, one kill.
He's scared about that Widowmine. Is there a Widowmine in that mineral line? I think
There's not, I don't think.
there's not. But he's playing it so carefully here.
Well,
Just-
it looks like Gumiho's trying to bait him into a
Oh, there
Widowmine.
is, there is. Okay.
It looks like he's trying to bait him. I was going to say, if there's not, it really looks convincing that there is. Where's the Mothership Core at?
Where are you at, Mom? What's going on? Not okay. It looks like he was in the main, and a late overcharge, and now he's going to try to drop into the third base. There's not much here.
Mom Core late to the party. Now Mom's trying to be cool, but Marines aren't having it. Needs to come back over, but it's actually denied. We'll have to lift, though. There's too many adepts.
Yeah, this should be dealt with. And we got a Liberator has to follow up. Already an Oracle is there, not going to do much.
Oracle's going to look at him to death. Okay, there's the Void Ray from earlier. It's in position to deal with that. Had to go ahead and knock that out of the sky instantly.
Trust is dealing with this quite well. He hasn't taken much damage at all.
The question is, can he deal with a follow-up? I mean, actually just looking at it, like, that's a pretty weak follow-up. Oh, it's
wait.
the Nathanius Cyclone build.
Is that a thing? Is that...
I saw this on YouTube once. He calls it like the Ghost build. I'm not sure why he calls it that, because he makes Cyclones, but anyway...
maybe an eventual transition into Ghosts. I don't know.
But what I saw Nathanius do this on stream, where he builds a barracks and floats it for vision, and then the Cyclone can just like deal with all the pylons. He's got a second Cyclone. Let's see if he makes a third one. I think this is just purely defensive, though, right? No, okay, yeah, he makes a siege tank. Maybe Gumiho misclicked. He was like, he's not making that unit. What is he doing?
Not sure how well two Cyclones are going to do, to be honest. As you said, it'll make him very safe, about almost too safe.
Okay, he's coming across again. I think he's just trying to grab anything he can find. An Adept, a Warp Prism. I mean, he's make sure there's no fourth base with that, too. I mean, that was accomplished.
Yeah. Oracle going to come back in here, and the Cyclones are out of position.
Gumiho is playing a bad game here, man. This is not good. Like, the elephant in the room here that we're not even talking about is the fact that Gumiho still does not have a fourth CC a third CC planted.
Yeah,
He's down
it's ready
20
and waiting.
workers. Oh, Fleet Beacon and Stargate coming up ready. Trust is like, well, I guess there's just no way you touch me, and I'm already way ahead.
Yeah, I said Gumiho had a good TVP, and I think he still does, but so far today...
Stasis word. He's like, nah.
Yeah, you thought you were going to land that?
Gumiho's
No.
like, just not even dealing with it either, as far as I can tell. Cyclones are AFK. Not even going to chase down the Oracle. That
Okay,
Marine
there
got
he goes.
stasis.
Yeah.
I wonder what that's like. I guess it's like you're
Is it-
unconscious or
Yeah,
something.
do you have memory loss? Do you remember getting stasis?
It must be pretty weird.
Do you just see like a blue glow around you and you can't move? It's like sleep paralysis.
Oh, that's horrible, man. You ever get sleep paralysis?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Don't sleep on your back if you get that.
I never sleep on my back, man. That's uncomfortable. I just
I
can't sleep on my back.
I was sleeping on my back for a
regardless.
while, and I started getting that, then I just stopped sleeping on my back, and it went away. That's just a tip for all you guys out there have that. I'm sure you already Googled it, but it worked for me. Oh, this Marine is DED. Oh,
Wow.
that was the
Okay.
Warcraft 3 Marine, man. Maybe he'll come back soon, HT, and get
Hopefully.
an update. Well, this 4 Adept drop could find some damage, but it's all just pressure that Trust puts on here while he builds an incredible army. Massive, I mean, double Stargate Tempests He's about to have his third and fourth. Coming out, his fourth base is up, and he can add gases to that in just a second.
Gumiho's just playing this style where he goes straight up Marine tank. I feel like Trust could have just gone Colossi like Classic, and that would have worked.
Let's compare techs right now. 4 Tempest, Stim Pack upgrade.
Not even combat shields done. We got Storm 2 with Tempest, by the way.
This is the anti-Gumiho. Gumiho is normally super aggressive, attacking all the time. He was doing that at the very beginning of this game, and then suddenly he just stopped. Now, if you look at the army supply, you can see he does have a larger army, and he will beat the army of Trust straight up if it's not positioned properly. Storm isn't ready yet.
Yeah. Is this going to be the bomber effect where he walks across the map and wins a game that he shouldn't?
It could happen. He needs to really win this game off this push now after losing 15 SCVs.
Yeah, this is the last push. He can't deal with these Adepts. 2 Cyclones are going to die to these Adepts. They can get on top of them.
He actually needs to get on top of those Templar. Guardian Shield goes up here. Storm still isn't ready.
He needs Storm for this. That's a huge amount of Marines here at the front door. Well, he's going to delay it with that Nexus.
Oh, and look at this Tempest starting to shell away at these units. Yeah, the Nexus is absolutely going to go down. But, I mean, he can't even deal with these Tempests at home, or rather these Adepts. 4 Adepts will kill everything Gumiho has. So he has to win with this army up at the front.
He needs to take the fight right now. He needs to get in there. Kills the Mothership Core. Going to deny any overcharges.
Storm is almost done. All he needs to do is get them off. Whoa! All 3 of them die in that Warp Prism. And no Storms whatsoever. Nothing to be found here. But still, it's just a ton of Protoss. The Tempests are eventually going to push this back. Void Raven coming into the mix.
He's like, oh yeah, I've got a Void Ray. That's how I am. Just going to come in here, force Gumiho back, and now Gumiho has 27 workers to 72. Down, well, not down a base, actually. He did kill the Nexus of Trust.
He has Mules, but let's be real. There's Storm on the map now. What does he have to deal with this? He's going to have to make Liberators, maybe? No, not even going to happen. With this main Tempest, he's going to have to make maybe Ghost. No, he can't afford them, and it's not going to happen. He has to make Pure Marine, and he has to win by harassment. Like, he has to somehow, if Trust moves across the map, catch him off guard. Oh, look at this. The Tempests are already vetoing this push.
The Tempests are essentially invulnerable here. The Marines get underneath them. One does die because the positioning of Trust was very passive, but the rest of them are never going to die ever.
And he's not even dropping Storms. He's actually feedbacking Medivacs. There goes a Storm that storms his whole his own army. Doesn't even matter. Trying to set up a Widowmine trap here, and Trust is very sloppy.
Does lose a bunch of Adepts. Trust at this point is just like, I have this game won, I want to kill you and get out of here.
The thing is, the armies are very close in size. The tech is better for Gumiho, but if Trust just keeps 1Aing and being sloppy like this, Gumiho could get his way back into this game. It's pretty unlikely, especially because Trust is taking preventive measures against Liberators back at home with Photon Cans being added. He's continuing his upgrade advantage. Okay, let's see. Another Medivac goes down to the Tempests. This turret may help slow the push ever so slightly. 8 Stalker Warp in for more range damage. Okay, there's no Photon Cannon here.
Yeah, not much to deal with it. Here comes the attack. Widowmines get off, and the army of Trust is still massive. Huge Storm there forces the Marines forward.
He does kill the Warp Prism as far as I can tell, but I don't think it's going to matter. There's just too much Protoss here, despite the probes being killed back at home. This should be game GG.
Trust takes a win in his first game, and Gumiho takes another loss. Now, that was Trust's map, so he isn't going to get an away win, but doesn't really matter. That's better than I expected here for Trust, and a bit worse than I expected for Gumiho.
He had a solid start, but that was messy, to say the least. I just want to make sure I have all my stats correct. So Gumiho is now 1-2, right?
Yep. He's taken